Hello, and welcome to the Bee and the Rose Knitting Podcast. I am your host, Kat, and I'm coming to you from the drabby Southern California. This is my co-host, Chamomile. She is my 14-year-old cat. Um, and she's decided to join me today. Let me see. There we go. There we go. Um, but this is a Fiber Arts podcast, where I come to talk about and share all of the fiber art projects that I am working on at the moment. This is episode 12, I believe. I might be wrong on that. It might be. I don't think we're on 13 quite yet. I think this is episode 12. Nope. So. Oh man, it's been a really productive week, I feel. A little more productive in some projects than others, but all around kind of good. It made a week where I feel good about coming on and sharing. Like I have stuff. I have content. Hold on, I'm moving the camera back just a little bit because it's all up in my grill. Hello, mommy. So, I am going to go ahead and start with finished objects. This was not a work in progress last week, but I started and finished my fire pit mitts. I did the short version. This is out of Wool of the Andes, worsted weight in the Opal Heather colorway. It's this nice gray, and it's really warm because it has some tones of pinks and just a little bit of blue, but it's just really nice. And they're not for me, so they don't fit me. They're for my aunt to go as a birthday present to go with the scarf I'm making her. Hi, Mommy. And the only thing about this pattern was the first glove I did didn't quite fit. No, well, it fit. I used my sister and my mom as hand models because their hands are smaller than mine. I have really short fingers, but a really wide palm. And also, I'm a little chubby. But yeah, whereas my aunt is skinnier, but she's also tall. So, like, my older sister's hands would probably be a good comparison. So the left, I did this one first, and when I finished knitting it up, it doesn't feel as good on your right hand as it does on your left hand, because you knit one and then you start the thumb gusset. And that's not the only adjustment I made to the pattern. So on this one, I didn't knit one. I just started the thumb gusset at the beginning of the round, so that it would be more neutral, or at least left leaning. So yeah, we've got that. And then on the first glove, I also kind of messed up on the thumb gusset just to begin with, because instead of just knitting into the next stitch out of the thumb gusset and joining it there, I did end up adding, like in the next round, I went back down and I added 2 more stitches in between the first and second stitch because there was a big old gap and I didn't like that. So I ended up decreasing those as I made the thumb, because I think I ended up picking up like 16 or 20 stitches for the thumb, where the thumb was supposed to be 14 stitches. But yeah, so those were some adjustments that happened with the first one. And Papa, leave her alone. I've got Oswald sitting behind me, and he doesn't like it when the cats are above him. But yeah, I really like how they turned out. There are a few spots where I had I was knitting around, and instead of knitting in the next stitch, I would knit in the row below that. And I would go back and fix those, and just by dropping down. And it did mess with the tension a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that'll block out or wear out over time and just be nice, or won't be noticeable, whatever. I'm pretty happy with it. And I will be making the fire pit mitts again. Oh, not everybody all at once. I just like totally tipped over my giant project bag of doom. Here it is. Here's the one. Gonna be making it again out of Cascade Yarns Cherub Aran. I can't remember which colorway this particular one is in, but I can't find it online either. I think I pulled it up. So I always do this. I'm always not quite as put together as I thought. That's okay. Yeah, so this is Cherub Aran. I don't know the colorway. I'll probably, hopefully, be able to trim out that little search bubble. Who knows? So that will be soon, and those will be for me, and I'll do them in the larger size. I might even do them in the long tapered ones, but I'm not sure yet because I have kind of thick arms. So actually, I'm probably just gonna do the shorty ones. Yeah. I really like them. Even though spring is around the corner and it's already starting to warm up, I think that they will be just really nice to have. So that's the Fire Pitment pattern by Taylor Earl of the Wool Needles Hands podcast and the Dyer Behind Fiber for the People. And that was my FO for the week. I also have 2 projects that I'm working on, my 2 whips, and you've seen both of them. So nothing new, because I just spit out, oh, I'm mid-row. I'm really mid-row. Hold on. Just gonna pause for a minute. Alrighty, I'm back. So this is the oversized scarf that I'm knitting for my aunt. It's commissioned. This is out of the Big Cozy, which is 55% alpaca and 45 Peruvian Highland wool. It's a basic garter stitch. It is about 2 feet thick, and it will be 80 inches long. Since the last time you guys saw it, I ripped it out completely because before it was much shorter than this, and I was holding it double. I'm no longer holding it double. I felt like on these needles the fabric was too dense, and I don't have, like, my bigger set of needles is a size 25 millimeter, which I was hoping to get to use for this project, but whatever. It's apparently super bulky, ain't that bulky. I'm bitter. But that's okay. It's beautiful. It's the Big Cozy by Knitpicks. Oh, by the way, Wool of the Andes is also Knitpicks. And it is in the Cobblestone Heather colorway. I really love working with this yarn. It's single ply, and it's got a good amount of twist in it, I think. It's really soft to work with, and the fabric is kind of like a marshmallow. I love it. It's probably going to be heavy, but I'm sure, I'm hoping that Melissa thought about that before she commissioned me. We'll see. I'm sure she'll love it either way. But that's going really well. I think I'm on the 3rd ball, but that's okay. That's okay. And then my other project, sorry about the noise, Oh my god. Crinkles. I'm gonna pause real fast. I got a mess over here. So, there is that. And then my other whip that I'm working on today, well, this I've been working on this week, is the Dragon's Pelt. And I'm also mid-row on this one, I believe. So this is where I am right now. I'm building a base chain on the back. And I haven't done that much work on this. I've gotten about one full set of scales in. That's where I was last week. But I did measure it, and I only have about 10 more inches to go, and I'll be able to finish. I'll be done with this part of the blanket, and I'll be able to start contemplating backing. So that is that. Let me get this in the bag real quick. Now, I do have a little bit of a critique for my super awesome compartmentalized project bag that can totally fit my blanket. The interfacing on the main pocket zipper was not tacked down very strongly. So I went to close it the other day and the zipper just came right off, which was really fun. So now I get to force the zipper back on and then going the other direction. And then I'm going to really sew that zipper down so that the pull won't come off again. Yeah, so that was fun. But I still really appreciate the project bag, and I'm gonna be putting patches on it pretty soon because I went to the Girl Scout store and we were looking around for some patches for my little sister, and I found these really cute patches. One says knitting, one says crochet, and the other says yarn art. And I really love getting patches. I was a Girl Scout up until junior, which is 4th and 5th grade, and my mom thought that me and my sister were done. Well, my sister was done. I wasn't done, so I didn't she just didn't ask. She just stopped, which kind of sucked, but I really enjoyed being in Girl Scouts. I got to go to overnight camp. Selling cookies was a little nerve-wracking, but I was also really little. I like selling cookies now that I'm older. I like helping my little sister sell her cookies. She's really good at selling them on her own. She's a real, this kid, I was always a really shy kid. This kid just walks up to people and asks questions and is totally chill with it, despite being really shy of adults. She's able to ask for what she needs, and that's so awesome because it's not a quality me and my older sister had. It's something we've learned in adulthood. So it's just really awesome to have that. Yeah, and so those were my whips. And then I do have some acquisitions today that I'm really super excited about. So some of you may know that I am making an attempt at knitting 31 hats in 31 days in March. They're all going to be baby hats. I'm looking at a preemie pattern, and I'm going to be sending them off to the National Center on Shaken Baby Syndrome, and they and I did a campaign and I raised a bit of money for it, but and it was super awesome. Oh my god, I got just the amount of help I needed, and then I was able to I have a tip jar that I keep, and I counted it up and it brought me to my goal. I just throw my pocket change in there. I throw if I find a loose dollar bill, that's where it's going. And then I try not to touch it for the entire year. Like if I need to, I will, but I try not to. And then at the end of the year, I count it up, and I'll usually buy something for myself, or in this case, I will fund my charity knits. So I bought 8 skeins of Berroco Pima cotton. This is one of my accent skeins. This is blowing out a little bit, but these other 3 are fine. So I bought 3 in this nice lavender colorway and 3 in this lovely plum colorway, which is also a little bit blown out. Let me see if I know how to pull my, see, it's more, it looks better over here. Let's turn that white balance down a bit. Yeah, that's better, I think. It's still a little darker than that even. And then I just bought these 2 of the accent colors, just 1 each. And I bought them from my local knit shop. I'm going to be able to get 4 hats out of one of these skeins. And I bought 8, so I'll be able to get 32 hats. Or I'll probably get 31 and then make a memory square or something out of it. But that's my NaNoWriMo, and I'm so excited about it. Oh my god. So that is all of my acquisitions for this week. I don't have any, other than another pair of fire pit mitts. I don't have any other planned projects coming up. I'm pretty much just working on what I have here and trying to push those out for the winter warm-up cal. There is another cal I was working towards that my my big cozy scarf fits into. Let me see. Always unprepared. Okay. Yes, the Yarn to Table. So Yarn to Table is doing a year-long cal. It's called the Fiber Quest cal, where every month or so, like every few months, there's that Maya. Thank you, Maya. You have anything fibery to share? Any cool yarn projects going on?
Hi.
Hi. That's Maya. She's 12. Anyways, so the Fiber Quest cal. It's basically every 2 months or so, you work on a project using yarn with a specific fiber content. Like right now is the cameloid, so you would use camel or llama or alpaca or what have you. I'm using llama. No, I'm sorry. I'm using alpaca. And then I think next month, let me see. What is it? Sorry about that. My little sister knocked a shelf down in the kitchen because she doesn't know how to use a step stool. It'll be alright. Anyways, so the Fiber Quest cal by Yarn to Table. January and February is camel, llama, or alpaca. Then next month, no, not next month, but the next one is going to be cashmere or mohair. It's called Land. So the first one is Land of Camelids. The second one is Land of Goats, and then May and June is Land of the Plants. So you can use cotton, linen, bamboo, hemp, soy, rayon, any of those viscouses. And then July and August is silk. Then September, October is wool, any breed but merino, which is going to be fun for me, I think. I've been really, I want to use BFL. I really want to try and work with BFL. And then November and December is the land of rare and precious jewels. So musk, ox, yak, Angora rabbit, bison, beaver, anything that is rare that you can get fur off of. And yes, I am reading straight off of her info page. Um, but I really love yak. The shawl that I knit up in October has yak in it, and it's just amazing. It feels great and luscious, and I love the way it smells and feels, and it's, oh my god, I'm so excited for that one. Um, so that's what I have to look forward to for the year. That's the first time I'm going to be doing a year-long cal. This is only like my second year of knitting together, so yay. Participating in the community. Look at me. I love it. But I think that is all that I have this week. And I will hopefully see you guys next week. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you are a returning subscriber, I really appreciate your continued visits. And if you are a new subscriber, I hope that you enjoy what you've seen and that you will like and subscribe.